Hey, what is happening, everybody? You are back with the Real PG for another NBA player props video for today, Tuesday, November the 29th. Before we get into today's video, if I could please ask you guys to smash that like button. If you've not yet gotten subscribed to the channel, make sure to get subscribed and hit that bell button for the most up-to-date information on player injuries, player line movement, and anything else in regards to today's slate. Last but not least, in the description section below, there's going to be 3 incredibly important links. First is to the free Discord. Free Discord is about 650 like-minded individuals constantly talking NBA, NFL, NHL, Thrive, Prizepicks, you name it. 24 hours a day, this thing is chirping. Come check it out on your own time. There is a section for just chatting. There is a section that is more of a trophy shelf. It's our big hits section, so you can post all of your big wins. You can see there's tons of them lately on Thrive as we've been making a move over there. There's a testimonial section in regards to the Patreon and what people are thinking about Patreon, stuff like that. So come check this out on your own time. It is a great extension of the YouTube channel and has tons of value. Second link is going to be that of the paid Patreon. You can come check this out. There is some posts that are open to the public, and those are the recaps. The recaps are basically after the night is over, I grade what the picks did for the day and how they did, and I post it for people to see so that if you're not a member of Patreon, you can see how the Patreon has been doing. If getting behind the paywall is something you would like to do and getting in the Patreon but you're not quite sure or you're not able to afford it at this time, well, that third link is going to be your best friend. The third link is for Thrive Fantasy. So right now, the Real PG community and Thrive Fantasy are running a promo for you guys where if you are to come over here and follow 3 simple steps, you will be able to get my top tier Patreon, all access, which runs $40 per month normally, for free until the end of 2022. Let me explain how. So you're going to come on over to Thrive Fantasy. There is going to be a link in the description section below, like I said. Just click it. Come on over, you're going to sign up, and you're going to use my promo code, capital letters PG. Once you're on, you're going to deposit a minimum of $10. You can deposit as much as you would like, and they will match 100% up to $100, meaning if you deposit 10, you will get 10 for free. If you deposit 50, you get 50 for free, and so on, all the way up to 100. Last but not least, you're going to go into either the prop lobby or the contest lobby. The contest lobby is more of a DFS style play. Prop lobby is your general prop betting like you see on every other site, and you're going to place 1 paid entry. At that point, you're going to come on over to my free Discord and you're going to send me a message saying, hey, let me know, or hey, I've taken care of the Thrive requirements, let me know when I'm good to go. And at that point, I will check with my contact over at Thrive, and as soon as I get confirmation, I will get you moved into the Patreon section. And as you can see, I just drop plays directly off of my Patreon. I just copy and paste them into this section so that all of the people who use the Thrive promo are getting the exact same information as those who have signed up in my actual Patreon. And then once your free trial, as I guess we'll call it, it would expire on the 1st of the year, you can certainly sign back up as a patron over at the Patreon site. So with that being said, again, guys, you're going to head over to Thrive Fantasy. You're going to sign up with my promo code, capital letters PG. Deposit a minimum of $10 and play in 1 paid entry. Once you've done those 3 things, head on over to the Discord and let me know, and I will take the wheel from there and get you guys to where you need to go. That being said, let's get to today's picks, and we're going to head on over to Thrive to start. I don't want to give you guys a whole card on either site just because I don't love the idea of having people on YouTube tailing a whole card. So I'm going to try to not give a full card's worth of picks on either side anymore, but enough to get you started. So given that today is a short slate also, there's not as many good props to choose from. So I do want to be selective here today. So the first prop and the only prop I'm going to give you on Thrive as of right now, because there's like I said, there's 3 games, so it is rather limited. But I want to give you something that you can rely on. And I think the one play that I found that you can certainly rely on today is going to be Steph Curry over 27.5 points. It's going to be Steph versus Luka tonight. This is going to be a matchup for the ages. I think Steph is going to ball out. I think Luka is going to ball out. Let's take a look on Pinnacle, the sharpest sportsbook out there, and see what they're thinking for Steph Curry today. So if we head into that game, slide on down to Steph, and we'll take a look at Steph's points coming in at a minus 136 to the over, plus 103 to the under. Some good value. I do like it. I think, like I said, he does shine tonight despite being on the road. Most of the Warriors do perform better at home, but I think the spot and, the big shining lights coming down on Steph is just when he performs the best. So I think this is a very solid play to get you started over at Thrive. Let's hop on over to Prizepicks. So I'm going to give you 3 here. I feel really good about these. It is early in the day, and I normally adjust my picks as I research more throughout the day, but I do feel very strong about these plays. I do like the Steph points. They offer that here too. I do like that. But we're going to look at a different Curry prop on here. We're going to be looking at his assist at 6. So he has a awesome matchup. You can dig into that a little deeper yourself. You can use this website, Fantasy Pros. It's a very great website. Go on in, you can pick the position, you pick the prop, whatever points, rebounds, assists, you bring it to the top, and you look to see how good the matchup is. Simple as that. That's a very basic way to dig in on research. So you can do that along with a Vegas line to kind of push you in the right direction. But again, Steph has he has a great matchup. Let's take a look on Pinnacle at his assist. So he comes in at minus 107 to the over, minus 124 to the under at 6.5. So he's a half an assist higher on the books, which is a huge deal when we're talking assists, because that means he's basically just under a 50-50 of hitting over 6.5, meaning 7, which is enough to cash you at 6. Whether it's 6 or 6.5, you're going to need 7 to cash out regardless. So this will bump. I can promise you this prop will bump to 6.5, so I would get it while it's at 6, okay? So with that value, it doesn't seem high, but if that book was to say 6 for the assist number, I guess the line would be around minus 155 to the over. So some glaring value. So go ahead and lock that in. If you prefer the points, you can certainly go the points route. I would not fault you for that. Next, we are going to take a look at Luka, and we're going to look at his 3-pointers. They have the number 1 matchup. Point guards. So Luka is a point guard, but this team, Dallas, is a little bit of a positionless team where you got Dinwiddie and Doncic floating back and forth, point guard, shooting guard. So it kind of gets entwined into one, but the matchup for 3-pointers against the Golden State Warriors for the guards is superb. Luka has failed by the hook many, many, many times this season, so that is a great possibility, but the last 4 games, I believe, was that he played the Warriors. He has had 3+ in 3 out of those 4. So we're going to lock that in tonight, over 2.5. I think tonight he makes it happen. He makes it rain from beyond the arc. He's putting up 10+ threes a game, so he's definitely getting the volume we want to see for someone who's looking to make 3. So I think that's a very solid play, same game parlay kind of thing. And so, yeah, we're going to jump in. I have actually 2 more I want to give you because I do really like them both. This gives you 4. You can play the 4-man card if you want to dig further and use a taco and then a pick of your own. You could get to 6. So if you really want to gamble, you could do that. So let's take a look at the other 2 plays I'm going to give you. I already forgot what they were. So I'm going to go back. They are Patreon plays. So I'm going to go back into the Patreon. Okay. So we're going to head into the Portland game. And we're going to take a look at 2 players. players. First, we're going to take a look at Jeremy Grant. So, generally, when Dame is out, Anthony Simons is the guy who takes over the assist role. But Jeremy Grant happens to be in a great spot today. His usage rate bumps quite notably when Dame is off the court. If we look at his last 5, it doesn't look great. The last 5 is probably one of the worst tools to use as a factor in determining what's going to happen in the next game. So if we look at the sports book to get a better idea of where we stand, let's look at Jeremy Grant and his 2.5 assist. Where are you at? Minus 162 to the over, plus 120 to the under. This is the threshold, that minus 160 to minus 170, where lines get bumped. So this will be getting bumped to 3 is my guess. I think the group value is superb. The books seem to agree. So I think this is a pretty safe play, along with the matchup. So go ahead and lock that in for play 3, over 2.5 assists for Jeremy Grant. And then we are going to head on over, last but not least, to look at Justice Winslow. And we're going to be looking at Winslow's 3.5 assist. So Justice has been going nuts lately in 4 of the last 5. Again, not a great determining factor. If we slide on over to NBA.com, we take a peek at 2 stats that I like to use for assist. So you've got your potential assists per game, as well as your passes made per game. I want somebody who's making a bunch of passes, to be my guy I'm looking for assists. So Dame is off the court. So 56 passes a game is going to get redistributed between Simons, Winslow, Nurkic, Hart, and Grant, for the most part. That is going to be your starting 5. Again, if you need to dig into the starting 5 today, let's just make sure I'm correct on that. Again, so you've got Simons, Hart, Winslow, Grant, Nurkic. Yep. Okay, so that is your starting 5. So if we take a look at, with Dame off the court, you would have Simons coming off first, but he has big under money on his prop today, which I'm not quite sure why, but underneath them directly, you got Justice Winslow is your next guy at 45.2 passes a game, just under Simons at 51. In the potential assist, he comes in at about 6 a game. So secondary assist is another category you want to look at. There's not much going on for anybody here but Anthony, which is basically like your hockey assist, like your assisted assist, if that makes sense. But again, Justice ranks high on the team for, he is one of their highest usage passers with Dame on the court. With Dame off the court, his usage only goes up. Like I said, those 56 passes have to be redistributed somewhere, and that is going to be among Simons, Winslow, Hart, and Grant particularly. So, I mean, Nurk will get some of that action, but he is a center. The centers in Portland really aren't touching the ball much as far as the passes go. So that is going to be the 4th play. 3.5 projected assist to the over for Justice Winslow. So what I'm going to leave you guys with today would be any of the tacos that you feel good about. Steph Curry points over 27.5 or projected assist over 6. I prefer the assist on Prizepicks. Prefer the points over on Thrive. Luka over 2.5 threes, Jeremy Grant over 2.5 assists, and Justice Winslow over 3.5 assists. I hope you guys appreciate and enjoyed the sneak peek into today's Patreon looks. These are first looks only. I have to research these further, and I do every single day from my first looks up till about 1 to 2 hours before game time. I am continually researching deeper and deeper into these props until I come up with a final list of anywhere between 5 and 15 props depending on the slate. So again, if that's something that interests you, having an idea of what I'm dishing out every day, you can get it for free until the end of the year right now by heading over to Thrive Fantasy and taking care of the 3 requirements I mentioned earlier in the video. I would definitely urge everyone to give it a shot. You know, every good bettor is going to have more than one book to go to. So if that isn't reason enough, hopefully the Patreon for free or the match on your money is good enough to get you to at least go over and give it a try. Thrive has been big for our community, big for our Discord. We have been getting tons of wins over there, so I would highly suggest it. The payouts are much better too, which I did not mention earlier, but you're getting up to 20x for a 5-man versus 10x for your 5-man over here on Prizepicks. So guys, check it out. I highly advise it. With that being said, if you're tailing today, I wish you the best of luck. Until the next one, guys, peace.